this. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble?
Okay. Is it the 4th of July? I'm sitting here talking with Andy. We had a little issue. Anyhow, happy 4th of July to everyone. Let's go back up here to the beginning of the chat. We got Dave BNSF. How you doing? Joe Wills. How are you? I think you're new, aren't you? John Dilly. How are you, Dale? Cowboy Valley and Timberline. I think this is your first time, isn't it? Charles, how's it going? Jeff? Dwight? Kurt? Hope everybody can hear me. Hear the show out there. I know you guys will let me know if you can't. And there's no picture. Why is there no picture? How about if I do this? Yeah. Now you can see me because I hit the right button. That's what I get for having so many daggone monitors up here. I look at one and don't look at the other, so I can't see what it's doing. Anyhow. Alrighty. Alright, so we're doing good so far. I'm still limping on a somewhat broken PC.
You haven't got your dual belt yet? You got it built, I guess you're just not full set up yet.
Yeah, I got it built. I hadn't finished wiring it yet on the inside. Guess things wired totally different than what I've been used to building. Billy just popped in. But yeah, I'll have it done here pretty soon. Get rid of all these wires I'm having to run all around here and use a different camera now just to get the software to work.
Well, you've been doing something a bit tricky, having to use software to capture everything, whereas with two computers, you can do it all in hardware. And for all the benefits and advancement of software, there's something really valuable about hardware doing a job. It just does a better job.
Hmm. Yeah, I kind of got tickled the other night. I was sitting there looking at this thing, and I'm sitting there going, wow, this will be the first computer I've had that didn't have a hard drive.
Well, right. Doesn't have a spindle hard drive or a moving part hard drive. And I guess it's a matter of how you look at it. I think of a solid state drive as a hard drive, but they're not the same.
Yeah. I don't even have that in there right now.
Well, you've got that
M.2.
right, which is a solid state hard drive. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But it has a different interface than what you're used to, what everybody's used to.
Yeah.
Because it talks directly to PCI Express like a video card or something. So, boy, they're fast. It's a major improvement. For many, many, many years, I said the best money you can spend with a computer is to throw RAM at the problem. Just throw money at RAM. But these days, the best improvement you can make to a computer is solid state. Solid state hard drive, best thing you can do.
Yeah. Well, I've got one I'll put in it. First, I got to find it. I got it laying around here somewhere. I bought it about a year ago. Never used it. Alrighty, well, I thought I'd do something a little different tonight. Talk about something that's still railroading before you start jumping the gun. But it's a little different type of railroading than what we normally rail fan and watch on a daily basis. You don't see these hardly anymore. But let you guys know we are in our summer mode, which is not all the shows. We just got a few shows. My shows every week. Big Bill's still got a show or two to do. He doesn't have one until the 24th. There'll be no show, Thursday night show on the 25th, because I will be up in St. Louis for the RPM meet. And so far, that's been it.
That's right.
So far, that's it for the shows. Everybody else went on vacation. Bill won't let me go. He better be giving me some comp time.
That's right.
Alrighty, I'll tell you what, let me get this first video up. And see what you guys think about this. I thought it was rather interesting. I kind of got hung out and started watching a bunch of these. Screen share. We'll go with that one. And it's not going to let it start till I hit the play. Yeah, how many of y'all remember motor cars, better known as speeders? This is an excursion on the Indiana Eastern Railroad. I'm not playing these videos all the way through. I'm just going to select bits and pieces.
These are awesome. I used to have a buddy had one of these. I never got a chance to go out with him. He was still working on it last I knew, but I know he got it up and running. Fascinating.
Yeah. There's one that I watched the other day that where they're crossing the Missouri River. You think this bridge here was high? Holy catfish. I was getting squeamish just watching that thing. I'm not real big on heights. Won't be long. Do what?
So that's that's relatively high there. You're right. The doors are open. You can basically just look out and look over the 100-foot, 200-foot, half, depending on where you are.
Yeah, I kind of figured that one's probably about maybe 100, 120 feet up.
Maybe. It's not too high. I'd say that's
well, probably more like about 80.
Yeah, I was going to say about 80. But 75, 80's not nothing. That's the same great story tall. But but look, you're right out in the open. I mean, you're just it's not like you're in a passenger car looking at the side, or even in a locomotive looking out.
Yeah, they got several different styles here. You got this one coming up. He's totally open.
Oh. Yeah, if you see the Velocipede, I think is what they call it. It's basically a bicycle with an arm and a third wheel.
Yeah. What's interesting is what's coming up not long in this video here is how they turn some of these around. They have what's called a turntable built into the speeder.
Right. I think I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
Yeah, some of them they have to do it manually.
Oh, okay. That's what I assumed you were talking about. They basically get out, turn them around themselves.
Yeah, no, the turntable is a steel plate on a hydraulic arm. They lower it down, it goes between tracks, raises the car up, and you just spin it around.
Oh, yeah, I've never seen that. Every time I've ever seen it turn around, they grabbed a hold of it and drug it around.
Let's see if I can get up to that part. Yeah, here it is. Here they're fixing to start turning them around. You see the plate up under there?
Yeah. You
Raise
just get
the
it
whole.
into a balance. Huh. Yeah, that works. That's pretty big.
They just lower it right back down on the rail.
Yeah, I've seen the ones I've seen before. They did it at like a grade crossing. They pulled a grade crossing, puts their wheels up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where they're at on this here because some of them they have to bring them down to the grade crossing. Yeah, here you go.
Oh, they got to walk up across the.
No. They're turning around. They've already got to as far as they were going to go. And they're turning them around to head back to where they started. So, yeah, they just walk them up to where they turn them. Ones with the turntables, they can do it anywhere. Like that one there, he'd already turned around, so he's just backing his back across.
Well, sure, you just spread it across two ties. Anywhere you got two solid ties, and it jacks it up. Yeah, that's pretty slick, honestly. I've never seen them do anything like that. They're probably, I wonder how late the railroads actually use these devices, because the Norfolk and Western used these as well, probably into the...
I think it was early 70s.
That's what I was just thinking. Sometime in the late 60s, early 70s, I think is I've seen them. Yeah, Fairmont. There it is. Yeah, well, Fairmont. Fairbanks Morris machines. No, Fairmont. I always thought Fairbanks Morris. That's who makes them.
You see that one raising up, then he's going to spin it.
Huh. I mean, there's not much to them, I guess. I mean, you'd think they're relatively heavy, just the steel wheels and stuff make them relatively heavy, but the one that a buddy of mine was working with was, he didn't have a motor in it, but it was just a little four-banker, you know, a little four-cylinder motor, regular car motor, that's all it was.
Yeah, they got what they call the popper. It pops when it's running. Now watch this guy. He's going to do it the way you're talking about. He used to pick them up.
Yeah.
Back it up a little bit and then finish turning it. One guy's doing that, other one the same way.
Yeah, they got these arms they stick in the pockets and spin them. Yeah, he's got a couple timber boards stuck into that. The one back there that has the roof on it.
Yeah, you turn them around and roll them backwards. Make sure they're lined back up.
Very deep.
Here's one that you see.
No, hold the other one in the other hand.
Well, he's doing the lower of the turntable.
What? Push forward with the thing on.
Gives you a better shot of the turntable and all.
Well, there's nothing to the thing. Well, I mean, most of that thing is up top. It's just pressing down on that bottom
Just
plate.
a hydraulic piston.
Yeah.
And a small pump. Then you got the swivel plate at the end. It's hydraulic.
Or shoot their building right into the.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're not building it. I bet the prototype had them, but I'm sure they did. That's all they do. They use for prototyping.
Yeah, you're pulling the. Pull the arms out and then roll her around. Start pulling it back to the track. Push your arms back in. You ready to go? Yeah, I got it. That's the loud one. See a couple of them, they've got parts to go behind and pull and stuff. What? Oh. I think a train's coming. There goes the speeder crossing the road.
Yeah, he's
That's one there. He's got the popper engine. That's the original engine.
like a little water two-cylinder.
Yeah, I think it's either a single or dual two-cylinder engine.
Yeah.
One guy got ran over right there by his speeder.
Yeah, that's a little four. These little two-seater like that, and that looks like they're missing pieces off the back of it chopped up. But like Norfolk Western had these, they're a little bit larger. They're 4, maybe 6 person kind of jobs.
Yeah. Hey, Ralph.
Howdy. I'm in a sneezing fit here.
Oh, okay. Got this guy here. He making sure he's got a place to go.
Oh my gosh, he have a porta potty at the back of him?
Hey, you got a Johnny with him.
That's Johnny.
Yeah, porta potty.
Heaven forbid.
You get to see some good scenery.
Right. Yeah. It'd be great fun, man. Yeah. With a crew of people guys, the way these guys do this, they do it all over the country like that.
Sure, Ralph would like to see the bridge here in the rust though. They got loaded up, just back trailer up on tracks. Push your speeder up in there.
We got a set of
Two
rails.
more,
at
1
the-
foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy, and
Yeah, makes sense.
that'll do.
That'll do, Roger.
Busy. That's life for you. So while you get to it, we're going non-stop. If your phone needs fixing, stop by Batteries Plus Bulbs for screen repair and more.
Well, that's a wild looking bridge there too. Alex is dead. Like really wide off the good side.
Here's another bridge. This is down here in Alabama.
Yeah, that's a good kind of bridge.
Yeah, I'd like to find that one where he crossing the Missouri River. That thing's even higher than this.
I'm thinking the same thing. Man, that's something to do with the heat. Heat, what are you interfering with the radio thing? Is that what you're trying to say? Now I heard.
Rail, or is it abandoned?
Start through switches off the bridge.
Active, but they have. It looks like.
On the first.
Make the rain.
Yeah, some of these are abandoned railroads, but they have to get permission from the railroad to run over.
Understand middle lane, last car.
It was shot back in 2016. Guess that's probably Mississippi River. Or what across. Out west, there's a number of railroads out there that has the abandoned lines, and this particular group, they make arrangements for them to run on the lines. They actually, the railroad is sending a truck out, high railer, goes in front of them. Make sure turnouts are aligned right.
Yeah, you got to flag the crossings too, so grade crossings. So
Yeah, some of them they were flagging, others they weren't, depending on where it was at.
No. Is this a training facility for the Bama athletes on the left? Yeah, that's been a stubborn one. That looks like a veteran dog. Come back. How long was the railroad down when it blew that bridge out? I can't remember exactly. I want to say it was 4 or 5 months or so. They actually had to make a road to get in there to it. All that up under the bridge used to look like jungle down there. It was all growed up huge trees everywhere. When the tornado come through, it just ripped every bit of that out, and they had to push all that out of the way and make a road just to get in there. It wasn't real pretty right afterwards, though. It's like a war zone up here.
Tell the width of it where these treetops are all.
Yeah, it was an F4, just almost an F5. It was right on the edge of being an F5. They only reported on like 1 or 2 of them, and there was like 4 of them total.
That's active railroad.
I'm dragging my feet around 10, so I let everybody get kind of in the same area. 39 on the rear car, 439.
Here you go, let's do some street running. Cross instance like this, they just hold out a red flag, go through. Now they're going to do some street running through Tuscaloosa.
It's amazing how people realize it's not a train. Let's drive anyway. Drive across the intersection.
Yeah, one of the videos I was watching, they asked, well, you know, trains have the right of way, do the speeders? They said no, the speeders have to stop at the crossing to wait on car traffic to go by. Going around behind the prison.
Fast 00, what's the control? Quick climb, we're heading down the main. The first hall stand, please, got a pretty tall guard, so does the second. Coming in behind the jail now. That's the cop.
Yeah, they're on their way back now. They're starting one.
Yeah, that's our brand new section truck, big old plate liner. Coming deep. Oh, that's nice. Steven got a bit.
Well, that's the end of my show and tell.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Show and tell?
You got something you want to show and tell?
I do. I have some pictures that you might be interested in seeing.
Alrighty.
I finished that locomotive and boxcar for Lloyd. Where are we?
Yeah, that is nice. Is that RS2?
What's that?
SW 1500 or a T6?
It's an S2.
S2. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Is it aftermarket handrails or is that the handrail system there? Stop.
Stock handrails. These are the ones that were broken. I had to repair them. So there you go. That's it.
Well, good job. And Lloyd was here when we first started up.
No, he's seen the photographs. I posted them on a couple of different sites, and then I posted them on I posted them on my weathering page. And when he saw them, because my photo album is 2 years old, he saw the photographs and thought, "Oh, they're not mine. This is 2 years old." So then he saw them on the site that he frequents, and I said it was for, and I didn't say his name, but I said, what is it, MHO or O?
Yeah,
HMO?
MHO Junction.
And he picked it up right away. So.
Yeah, CSX Mad, how you doing? Hadn't seen or talked to you in a little while. Ran Furley. He just popped in. Top of the morning to you. Oh man, here's one we hadn't seen in a long time. Coal and Steel Railroad. What are you doing, Josh?
He's been getting in trouble again with his mother.
I figured that. Oh, electronic timeout or whatever you want to call it. I think if he wasn't getting in trouble, he'd probably think he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The nightly chats are still in a pier, Josh, but it's a pier mall railroading live. We shut the YouTube mall builders down. So all you gotta do is just type in right after the / on the pier.in, just type mall railroading live. And it should bring you right on into
MRL-5.
No, that's this room. He's wanting no chat room.
Oh, the regular chat. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Robert just popped in. How you doing, Robert?
Robert's into doing his fast tracks turnouts now.
Yeah, that's good.
He's doing a yard ladder that's going off on both sides.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, last time I saw him in here, he just finished his first curve turnout. GRE. How you doing? If you're talking about my room on the pier, Josh, that's just Johnny Dash Reb. That's never changed. Hastings, how you doing? Right now, we don't have any videos on shows on Tuesday night because we're in the summer season. We're not doing full production until this coming September. But all shows are done in this room right here. We don't do them in different rooms. They're done right here in this one room.
Rand Furley has a question. What casting plaster would you recommend when making rock from Woodland Scenics to start a modeling question? I use plaster of Paris. You can buy it at a building supply company, or you can get it, I think you can still get it at Home Depot. I buy it in it's a 50-pound bag.
Yeah, craft stores have plaster of Paris too. I mean, over in Scotland, I know he's not going to have like Hobby Lobby and stuff like that, but craft stores usually carry the plaster of Paris.
For the amount of hydrocal, that's the other one. It's hard. It's a harder material. It's also harder to work with if you want to cut it. Some people use dental plaster. That's even harder still. But I use the plaster of Paris because it's so much easier to cut and fit together.
Yeah, I've been just using hydrocal for right now because that's what I've got.
Charles Kirch. The UK has a craft store like Hobby Lobby with a small men's toys section. I would get after them and complain. That's being
Josh, I'm not exactly understanding what you mean there.
we're not doing anything on Tuesday nights.
The chat is always open when we have our shows. I mean, that's never changed. But all our live shows are done in the live room up here, MRL-live. And
which is where we are now.
Yeah, and we still have our regular nightly chat room, which is appear.in/Mall Railroading Live.
Yeah. We're there, just like we always were, nearly every night.
Model Railroading Live, all one word, right?
Yeah.
But you go to the old group under the same name that we have been for 5 or 6 years. It tells you what the new room title is, and our website. If you go to the old website address, it takes you to the new website. The new website has all the documentation on it.
Now, your question is, what I mean is, this still open chat YouTube that is it open to everybody on Tuesday night? We don't do any shows on Tuesday night. We have an open room in Model Railroading Live every night.
And
there's probably one in our regular room going on right now.
Yeah, and you can get on it with your telephone like always.
Well, he's been in the regular room. I've seen him go in a couple of times.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing that he may be talking to when it comes to Tuesday night is that there are some quote-unquote shows that we do that are topic-driven. So
yeah, but they're done for the summer right now.
That's right. We're done for the summer, so that is there. But even when we do have topic-driven shows, yes, we they're not just for a whole bunch of people because then we can't get through the topic. That's the only cases where it's not wide open to the public because we are all about the community and the public.
Well, actually, just to make it real simple, Josh, the only thing that has changed is the name. All the shows are the same. They're still the same nights. When we're in our regular season, you got Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. Right now, we're in the summer season, so it's pretty much just occasional Wednesday night, but every Thursday night, except for the 25th of this month, and I'm going to be gone. Whether Bill likes it or not, I'm taking some comp days.
Right on.
Since he's in here, I'll smart off.
WS Woodland Scenics recommend Hydrocal. We use Herculite 2 or Crystal R. I don't know what Herculite 2 and Crystal R are, but even though they recommend Hydrocal, you can use plaster of Paris. All my rocks on my layout are done with plaster of Paris.
Look, Ralph, look.
Oh, Jesus, he's got the chainsaw going. He's pulling Ken Patterson.
Oh, man.
Yes, he's using a chainsaw. He saw that on What's Neat this week, and he had to try it.
I guess next he'll be doing ice carving.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it takes a long time to get cold where he is. And
I don't know if he makes Angie mad enough, it could probably get pretty cold there.
Andy, you know that you can use a rasp on that too, right? Instead of trying to make it smooth.
Yeah, it really doesn't have to be that smooth. It's all just cutting it so that it goes in the back. But so it sets back into my cold backdrops that I've got. But it's pretty smooth. Not baby's butt kind of thing. But it's pretty smooth. It's plenty good enough for an unseen setting back into my quarters. And yes, it is not gas powered. This is not some big high end. It is a quote unquote chainsaw, but it's a little cheap.
Yeah, but Big Bill goes, and I thought my weed whacker was a little off base.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
Listen, it does the job. It's it's ever so slightly messy, but it's a job done. I wouldn't try to do it in the living room,
Yeah, Angie would be mad then.
Actually,
well, Angie just hollered from the other room. Yes, she would. Yeah, I probably would. So she's got me pegged.
Ran, I'm gonna show you some pictures. I gotta find them first. Done with plaster of Paris.
Yeah, Dale's just laughing.
Wow.
You're going to be finding that stuff for a couple of months.
Oh, yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I'm doing what I've done. Tearing everything down, getting the backdrop stuff is, I get it all, I get it all right. Then I clean it up, get rid of all that stuff, and then,
Ralph, I told you that was a bad idea, telling Josh how to get back in here.
Yeah.
Hey, Robert, how you doing, too?
Good, fellas. How are you?
Hey, buddy.
Robert, you got to show me your yard ladder.
Yeah, I'm doing doing bedtime with the baby. So as soon as that's done, I'll show.
Okay.
Good stuff.
He says, "Hey, old man, I'm not done yet."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he had to turn the camera off so Josh wouldn't be going, "I'm next." Get burped.
How come there's files going missing from my...
Yeah, Bill, that's the new baby. Boy, Jen said, "Yeah, she got her a younger one now."
Yeah, she's trading me in for a newer model. I got to get this one trained before I can actually go, though.
Yeah. Trade your replacement.
That's it.
Okay. Joss, are you trying to grow a beard?
No, but I do rarely ever shave. So yeah.
Shame on you. You gotta keep clean, you know? Even though I have one, I keep it clean. Young guy like you shouldn't have one.
Yeah. How have you been?
Good.
Well, hey, Ralph.
Yo.
You didn't see him when he had the mustache.
Why? Somebody painted on?
No, he had a mustache, but then the caterpillar crawled off.
Yeah.
I think this was before. I haven't been on here since before I graduated, but I'm now graduated high school now.
We heard.
Well, good for you.
Good job.
And Andy, Andy already knows I switched. The reason I'm actually in my bedroom on my Mac.
Get in. Got a new Macintosh. You'll never go back.
So far, I've been really liking it, and also I've been needing a new laptop. So.
I had one over in Arizona I would have sold you if you told me.
Yeah, is it in your coastal property, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert,
So Robert, Big Bill wants to know the baby's name.
Liam Michael.
Careful now. Don't turn the camera upside down, buddy.
You make the
Or
baby
don't drop
sick.
it. What are you doing? Holding it with your foot?
No, I'm trying to claw the thing so that it's actually still visible. His name is Liam Michael.
You didn't rate in there, right?
I didn't want him to have my name.
What's wrong with your name?
There in our family, there's about 10 of them.
Oh, I see.
Well,
Okay.
I know a lot of people that way. My first cousin that I basically grew up with is, he's a junior, and I always thought of nothing against it. Each person their own. But if I'd had a son, I would have gave him his own name. I kind of, I always thought they deserved their own names. But there's something to be said for family lineage, and juniors and thirds and all that stuff, I guess too. But
Okay. Ran, I got these photos handy. Just have to get this operating. Okay. I had 2.5 tons of rock delivered to my backyard to do a rock garden for my wife. So I went out and made castings of all the rocks that I thought would be good. So this right here is right behind me. It's where the hinge is on my swing gate. And all the stone, what I did is I forget the name of the company now. They make sections of wall, and at $14 a piece, I figured I'm going to need a whole bunch of these. I can't afford to go out and buy 23 of these at $14 a crack. So I made a mold of it, and I cast my own with plaster of Paris. So that's how I got the stonework done. And these are the castings from my rocks. And continue on, there's more stonework. You can see where I joined it. I just had to fill it in with a little bit more plaster. This was a large rock that I pieced together. And a lot of it is done on styrofoam. Andy, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
So as I go around the corner, all this in here was all built up with styrofoam first.
Good job.
Because I have a track that goes underneath, and I needed a clearance. So I built it up with old packing styrofoam that came with some electronics and things like that, and blue foam and whatever. So I built it up so that it looked like that, and then I started putting the plaster on. After I made the molds of what I wanted. One of the things that I do if I use cardboard webbing to build it up, I cover it with masking tape before I put and I use plaster cloth first. So this is continuing on. This is right above my shoulder here. That piece of rock is from my old layout, so that managed to find its way in.
So is that your 3 staging tracks are under that section of that corner you were just showing, right? That's the 3
No,
tracks.
there's only 1 track under there.
Oh, okay. You got 3 tracks somewhere, so right? The staging track?
Yeah, it's at the other end. That's
Gauntlet.
that's actually 2 tracks in one. It's a gauntlet track.
Right, okay.
So all of this is done the same way. There's where the hinge point is for the gate. All of this is done from plaster of Paris, except for that piece up top here, the pyramid shaped one. Those are actually plastic that came from Atlas for these bridges. So because they hold the bridges properly, I just put them in place and plastered up to them.
And set it on top of the square stonework.
Yep.
That you did with your plaster casting of.
Yep.
Probably Chooch or whatever that manufacturer was.
Okay, so this part here is right here. This is the lead-in to my trestle bridge. So all of this rock and everything there's one piece that was a Woodland Scenics mold.
Yeah.
I have a few of those, but all the rest, all these are made by me. The molds and then cast in plaster because I couldn't afford all of the things that I needed. So I started pouring and cutting and fitting together, and then come back and fill in the joints with some more plaster. There's the other side of the where the trestle bridge is. And that's what it looks like now.
Looks like you got a cave in there at the tunnel portal.
Exactly. So there's no track on these ties. All the rocks that fell in the tunnel blocked off the tunnel, so they managed to cut through here. Just a little point of interest. Oh, and this was an interesting thing. I had one little hole in the one wall of this thing, and I didn't know what to do with it. So I decided to play around. I took this plaster casting of a stone wall and some doors, and I played around with a piece of plaster, and I trimmed it so that it was arched a little bit, and then I carved in the stones, the bricks. I used steam, and I bent this piece of wood to make a door lintel, and I put it in here, and that's what I ended up with. That's not the finished piece, but that's what it looks like.
Is that meant to be an industry?
That's what gave me the idea. This is done by what the heck's his name? Not Marty Wahlberg. Marcel Eckel.
Wow.
And he builds everything piece by piece. All these bricks in this building were all placed one by one.
It's like 1/25th or something, 122.5, 1/35th. Or...
No, this is 187.
What? Seriously? 187 scale bricks individually placed.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do right here. Marble mine.
Yeah.
Where are we? There's where my 3 tracks come in. So I started there. I went around my helix. I had a straight. This is a straight wall. It's from something in the UK. They had these arcade type walls. They call them arcades. And I made a special jig to put it in after I made the mold so that I could curve it. Styrofoam's the basic form.
Rand's asking, Ralph, do you have videos which you can put up on your YouTube channel?
I think there is one there. I'm not sure, but only of my the train traveling on the track. Not so much of how I did it. That's that same brick that I made that little porthole in the rock with.
Yeah, let me guess, the truck's in timeout.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an old Hot Wheels. Do you remember the TV show Ironsides?
Yeah.
That's the Ironsides truck. There used to be a guy in a wheelchair come out the back. Belonged to my kids. Once I took all the mechanism out and painted it actually looked pretty good.
Size and proportions not so bad.
No, it's actually pretty good. So this stone wall, I got the mold for that from Sterling Models.
God, I love their molds. I got a couple of them. They're great.
And this concrete wall is also from them, the mold. And all I did was take a file, a regular, what do you call it? A file like this. Is that a bastard file? Single cut. What do you call that? Double cut's bastard, right?
No, rough cut's bastard.
Okay, then this is a single cut. Anyway, the width of it was perfect for the pieces of wood that I used, and all I did was run it and make a groove for the wood to fit in. So this track, the outside track, or the top track, if you want to call it that, it's actually 2 tracks in one. It's my gauntlet track. And the only reason I had the gauntlet track is I wanted to have a track go around. I wanted to have 2 tracks go around my helix. But if I put 2 tracks, that would have meant I would lose a foot of aisle space, and I only have a foot and a half at that point. So I would have only had 6 inches. So by compressing and putting the rails on the same ties, 2 rails, I ended up maintaining my walkway. That's the inside of my helix, so that you can't see the track going around. I covered it. That's an old HO Tyco bridge that I put in, and I put some ends. I put a roadway on the top instead of putting a track, and I made it an end scale highway to make it force perspective. There's that wall again, except this time it's straight. Oh yeah, this section here. This section here is, what do you call it? It comes out. It's my Murphy panel. So it's removable because there is a turnout inside there that I have to be able to get. You can just see the point right there, or the frog right there. That was my camera car. I had a Samsung S3 at the time. So I put my camera and my phone in here, and it would take a picture that way, and on the other side there was a mirror that would force it to look forward, and that's how I went around my my layout, taking pictures. My boat launching ramp. So all of the plaster work that I've done, I end up doing this section right here in blue styrofoam. So I just carved it to make it look like stone. I wanted to try and experiment. There was in this area I used another trick that I got from the Aussie guys. You take a sofa cushion and you pinch pieces out of it. You have these small chunks of foam, and you dip them into liquid plaster of Paris and squeeze them so that they absorb the plaster of Paris and put them in place, and they harden and look like rocks. My layout is a lot of bridges, as you can tell. This bridge here is 8 feet long, and at this point it's going to go into a Howe truss bridge, and over beyond there is that big blue bridge that you saw. That thing. So it would be replacing that board that's along the top there. And because this was a European style bridge and it was meant to be double mainline, I don't have double mainline, so I took this plate girder and put another bridge on top of it as a plate girder bridge to make it look more North American. I didn't use the bridge abutments that came with it. I didn't like them. And I needed that bridge because this is my harbor. I have a tugboat and so on that I'm building that's going to go in there. I have rental docks or boat docks as well. And there's a refinery. No, sorry, a cannery going to go in at this point as well. That's going to be part of the harbor. So there's the abutment that I was building with that same stone. You can, like I say, you cut it and sand it with just a piece of sandpaper and a block of wood to get your angles right, and then it'll go together nicely.
Well, you use epoxy glue to put it together, or?
No, I use drywall mud. You get a 45-degree angle on it with drywall mud, and then you come back and carve the bricks where the way they should be, and you can't tell the difference. And the top part, this part here, the gray part, and the top, all that is a cap made out of flat styrene and sprayed with textured paint. It's meant for flower pots. There's the other abutment that I was, and you can see there's the seam. So once I fill in that seam and then bring the mortar lines down, and you won't know the difference. So that leads into my helix to the left. Again, though, it's this bridge abutment was a styrene mold, and I don't think it was meant to be a mold, but it was thin styrene. It was vacuum formed, and I thought, that'll make a good bridge abutment. So I poured plaster on the inside of it, and that's the way it came out. It looked pretty good, so I used it. It's double portal. It's taken my 2 tracks. That's my barge scene, where the tracks go down, and at this point, the tracks. In real life, there's an item. I'm not sure if I have the photo here. In real life in British Columbia, rather than trying to run tracks through the mountains, what they did is they ran barges across the lakes and then continued track on the other side. Well, when they used to load the barges, sometimes the track was below the water level. So what was happening was that that's the way I want that scene to be, except I can't, if I do the resin water, I cannot make it come above above the rails, otherwise I can't run trains on it. So I have to make the water level only above the ties slightly to make the ties look like they're underwater. And then this is a scratch-built lighthouse I was doing. So there I'm putting the top on those tracks. I did that wall again. So this is all my city area going to be on top. And there's the plastic piece of that wall. The top of this was made from a garden light, a solar garden light, which I took apart and took the lens out of it and the prism reflector and built it into this. Made myself a roof for it. Come on. I don't know why it's not changing. Now that's just Xerox paper to look like a shingle roof. I wanted to see what it would look like, so I printed it out. I figured, it doesn't look too bad. And then I started to put the proper shingles on it. Come on. My computer's not, it's there.
Well, once you finish with that, we're going to have to wind it up because I'm
Okay.
running low on battery on this camera.
All right, well, I'm pretty much done. You
we'll
can
finish.
see there's cardboard webbing that I do to create your hills and so on, and then I cover it with masking tape, and and then some plaster on top of that. So there you go. It's amazing what you can do with plaster of Paris if you really put your mind to it.
You're muted, Josh.
Yeah, you can do pretty much a lot of stuff. I'm right now building a road. I made a road out of plaster of Paris right here. Just a little scenery diagram I'm working on.
Well, see, we got two guests in here. Both of you got microphones. Eric Hudson.
Yeah, I have a microphone.
Yeah.
I'm probably the other one, Johnny.
Ah. Okay.
Oh.
Hey, Jen. Bye, Jen. Dave Piper's asking real quick, what size is your layout, Ralph?
It's 10 feet by 20.
And don't lose the pictures because we can finish this up next Thursday if you want to.
Okay. I hope I don't lose them.
Yeah.
If I do, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. Backups.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, this one's definitely gone a lot longer than I thought it would for a holiday night. I didn't think we'd run a full hour or not, and here we are at coming up on an hour 24. And we've had a pretty good sized audience too. Be a holiday. So I shall say, be safe this weekend. Don't play on the railroad tracks. And we'll see y'all next Thursday night.
And don't shoot Roman candles off at each other.
Yeah. Yeah, watch those chainsaws. All right, y'all have a good night. We'll catch y'all next weekend. So we'll see you later.
Okay. Hi, John.